Hello. Okay, I'm not doing quite an unboxing, sort of maybe an unbagging. I wasn't sure if I should try and do 3 videos, but I'm going to try and do it all in one video, and if I end up having to do a second video, then so be it. I was going to bump up leather jackets since, Gazette just did a leather jacket video, but I'm already doing a leather jacket video, even though I already did the indie video. But as I mentioned in video milestone 50 video about jeans, I decided, well, I'll do the jeans first, and the leather jackets can simmer until more people watch their video or whatever. So as I had mentioned, I got, some new jeans, and then a couple that hadn't showed up yet. And so not necessarily doing a head-to-head about quality per se, so much as look. To start with, okay, there's way too many, just way too many models of jeans out there for me or anybody to really be able to review them all and actually wear all of them or most of them. So this is literally limited to what I usually wear and what I'm going to try out that I haven't, that I can do an update review later, kind of thing. So anyway, not in the blue jean category, but similar. I'm not sure if these are some Dockers that were hand-me-downs, I guess, that I didn't buy. But this is very similar. It's a twill, but it's almost as thick as a denim. And I don't know what model it is at all. I only have like this tag still left. And it says, straight fit, so there's that. But basically, half or most of my childhood was basically wearing something like this. So I was kind of used to this more than regular Levi's. And then when I was in 5th or 6th grade, I used to get pretty hard denim ones. They didn't shrink, they didn't fade. I think I mentioned this back in video 1 or 3 already, but since we're doing it about jeans, and if we catch some new people who haven't, seen any of the earlier episodes, then to summarize briefly, yes, I was a jeans kid, but no, I wasn't always a jeans kid. So when I first got introduced to jeans from, like I said, about 5th grade-ish on, for a couple of years there, it was mostly hard denim. They wouldn't get the holes in the knees like the other kids had. I liked a skinny fit, so kids called them butt huggers, which was not considered a compliment. If you had them too long and you grew and they shrank, everybody called them high waters, which was also not a compliment. So yes, I was, the kid in the high waters and the butt huggers half the school year or whatever. And what we used to do in those days is, when our pants started to get kind of old, or they wore in the knees or whatever, I could put the knees out on a thing like this in, month and a half or whatever. No problem. And my mom would always try and sew a patch or iron a patch. Most of the, actually, if we'd sewed the patch, it would have stayed. We'd iron the patch and it would peel right off or whatever. Nowadays, I don't have that issue as much as I have here in the seat. Let me see where it'll get distressed. So I'm never completely sure when exactly a pair like this, should go to the Goodwill or whatever. It's really hard to see with the tan compared to a blue. But there is, like I said, I didn't buy these new, so they were already a little bit worn. So it's a little hard for me to say, oh, well, those are about to rip. These obviously not quite yet about to rip. But so as I got older, I don't get the holes in the knees anymore. I get the holes in the seat and in the Not usually in weird places in the legs. In the 90s when we used to wear our jeans like well past their expiration date, I used to get that rubbage up the leg even after the knees had gone out. Like, oh, we had never thought to keep wearing our pants after they got holes in the knees before, then. But then all of a sudden it was cool to have all this, kind of creeping, distressed. But the problem is by then the butt had usually completely fallen out. So like it was kind of no, you needed new jeans a while ago there, guy. Anywho, so lately what I ordered that I talked about in the previous video that has almost nothing to do with holes in the seat or whatever. Uh, but there was a reason I brought all that up. I don't usually buy the pre-faded ones anymore too much. There's nothing about this interesting about it. It's just a barcode. Um, because I kind of consider it now as paying extra for something that's more worn out, but certain brands and whatever will only come in faded colors and blah blah blah. So that's kind of where we're at. Okay, so these are the Blair, and they look absolutely huge when I hold them up, even though I'm not that big around the waist, or I don't feel like I'm that big around the waist. But these were all on sale for only $20 a pair, so I figured, all right, boot review video, a go-go, and whatever else. Even though I don't hardly wear jeans, they do have the spandex in them. I don't know how much they like noticeably stretch on camera. Not that much. It's kind of like just enough spandex to make it feel annoying to me, I think. Whether or not you actually really feel it, I don't know. But like, my perception is there's spandex. Why? What was wrong with the jeans before? But I guess so, that's gotten popular now. Yeah, 1% spandex. That's what they claim anyway. And John Blair, whichever is these are the side elastic ones. Um, so this is like the total no frills model, and they look just no decoration on the pockets, same as a generic Wrangler and so anyway, getting back to 8th grade. So through the years, right around the time I could finally start getting into 501 fit, although usually I would buy colored ones like gray ones or black ones or super faded ones or something. I didn't always just buy the regular blue ones. You'd get 3 pairs of pants at the beginning of the school year, and you'd have, 3 pairs of shorts by the end of the school year or whatever. And somewhere after Christmas, you might end up needing a new one, 1 or 2 new pairs, and those might last you until next fall. So I never really had more than 4 or 5 pairs of pants at a time. So now I just bought 6 pairs of jeans, and it's like 6 pairs of jeans, but actually that's not really that many if I didn't already have like 50 other pairs of different kinds of pants. you know, but so to look at them compared to a Levi's, how much different do they look? I don't really. You don't notice until you start really scrutinizing. But again, apart from the elastic on the side, which is nothing I've bought before, uh, couldn't really tell you. I mean, the cuffs look like there's no selvage here; they're just regular cuffs and regular hem, and or I shouldn't say cuffs, just hem. Cuffed would be cuffed, cuffed. But but yeah, you can kind of feel the stretchy as you work your way down. But they're not, boot cut or bell bottoms, and hopefully they're not high waters and this and that. But so this is what's typically called a washed indigo, a stone wash, I believe. Compared to, again, there's 50 million different washes and things now, so I tend to buy the same couple, and that's it. And I don't care. So anyway, so like I said, I'll probably do a further review, but that's the Blair side elastic version. Moving up, then same price at the time, but slightly different pant. We have the Scandia Woods, which is a Blair derivative or something. and also 1% spandex. Now here, though, we have instead an elastic band on the inside instead of side elastic. And again, how much this actually stretches, I don't really know. And this looks almost as wide as my screen. I'm not really this big. Oh, I don't know. Again, I always try to allow for some shrinkage, and I I do wear belts. I can't stand feeling like my pants are coming down. Um, so, I mean, yeah. So when, okay, so but here we have a little bit of decoration on the pocket, a darker wash, but here it has this feature where instead of putting your wallet in the patch pocket, you have a second wallet pocket in the back. I like the idea of this. I don't know how much I'm going to like the function because my wallet is not 7 inches wide, so this is not going to be snug. But the idea of not losing my wallet without having to wear that chain with hanging off the thing, I never had one of those wallets, but I kept meaning to get one. And here's some kind of loop that I guess is supposed to be for your keys or something. That will probably just get snagged on things. Um, so yeah, a zipper hidden compartment, and kind of a double stitch look where they have all this extra stitching that you can see compared to the previous pair. We have one row of stitching here and then 2 rows of stitching here, which, like I said, I think is pretty standard to how a Levi or a Wrangler would look. Here you have double stitching up here and double stitching down here and stitching here and stitching here and stitching here. So a bit tackier, and the wash a little darker, but I think it's still technically a stone wash. I think that's just the amount of bleach or whatever they use in the vat. I don't think it has that much to do with the actual color of the dye. So this probably got washed slightly less than that, so it'll last slightly longer. Hooray! Um, before it fades. But again, how long it takes before you get holes is, your results may vary. I wish there was an exact, kind of expiration date. But usually for me, if I'm wearing them pretty regularly, a, a pair of jeans can last 2 or 3 months. And if I'm not wearing them that regularly, then sky's the limit. They don't last me, you know, indefinitely, and I don't expect them to. So yeah, coin pocket riveted, same as the standard Levi's or anybody else. And so again, another pant that we can do a further review later. Like I said, yeah, this video is already going kind of long, so we might not get to Levi's. And this one, I might save it for a separate show. Okay, so similar to that, but with now hidden stitching, but this is the black one, is the John Blair model, and same exact fabric content. Yeah, same exact sticker that you can't read. Maybe. So should I have gotten those blue ones in this model instead? Probably. I would probably like it better. There's no hidden goofy pockets. There's no 50 million extra stitches. I don't know if they did hidden stitches with the blue ones the same as the black ones, but since they were only $20 and I already have other jeans, I'm not, sending those ones back to get these instead. I'll get these next year if I want them in blue that badly. The rivets are slightly different, I think. So again, I don't know if this changes from the black ones to the blue ones. And again, I don't know how the elastic will actually feel compared to, my perception of the elastic. I think I have a pair of black Blair jeans or one of the brands from before, and they don't have the elastic, and they're fine, but they're a little small and they're a little tight. So I needed new black ones just because I didn't always want to have to squeeze into those ones. And I have a lot of shirts that look better with black jeans than with blue jeans, even though it's already almost April and I won't be wearing these until next whenever, October. Right. So the only other thing then, like I said, I'll save the Levi's for the next video. That brings us then to the other pair. I bought these from Blair. I probably should have bought them direct, but I go to the website and I'm overwhelmed because they have so many choices. These are the more expensive ones. Wrangler. Too much. Okay, but they have different relaxed fits. So these were like the $40 ones instead of the $26 ones, because these are the rugged wear ones, I guess. I don't know what's the difference. All I know is that the stitching here is kind of wonky, so I assume they're factory seconds. So Blair probably gets them at a discount and then sells them for the same price as the Wrangler site. But I saved like $5 a pair or something because I had a coupon, so fine, whatever. When I was younger, like I said, I went from the 501s to like the Lee jeans, and I thought the Lee jeans were a little roomier. The regular Wranglers I don't think were as roomy as the Lee jeans, but these are pretty good fit from what I've tried on of Wrangler lately, because the regular Wrangler ones I think are a little tighter in the seat and all that. Again, just a standard kind of stone wash, but they call this one vintage or authentic or something. And but no spandex this time, just a regular riveted pocket kind of. Their pocket design is slightly different, but they're not the carpenter loops and all that I used to get from Lee. And then down here, just your regular hem and all that. And standard across the back, less. Okay, so you have an angle here. Maybe the other ones were more straight across. I'm not really sure. I have to look at them again. But one stitch here, more stitch here, but less blatant stitching than the other pair. And of course, no hidden cargo pockets or anything like that. Just a regular pair of Wranglers that fit me. Hopefully, they don't shrink too bad. And that ceased to be the case. I don't know what else to say about that right now because, like I said, I'm not really doing a head-to-head so much as kind of a preview, and this video is already running a little bit long, so we'll do Levi's in the next one.